your mind, and that's what I touch on too. What did POTS take from you? I bet everyone in this room is listing off a list of things. Friends, milestones, and so much more. I'm no different. POTS changed my life. Overnight, my life was completely taken by this cruel syndrome. I'm sure everyone can relate. Even on my best days, I go to the store and I immediately look for the closest seat and restroom, just in case I feel a fainting episode coming on. And does anyone else just dread buffets? Just the other day, I was at an event and they had a buffet. My fiance immediately knew that he'd be holding 2 plates. There are many other things I started to dread. Stairs, traveling, working, school, social interaction, and so much more. All of these things slowly were taken away from me by my illness. I'm sure some of you have been thinking, well, she's healthier than me, or my symptoms are way worse, etc., etc. But I want to stress how sick I really was. I lost the ability to feed myself, to stand up even for a couple seconds. Then I lost the ability to sit up. My parents would have to hold the straw up to my mouth just so I would keep getting fluids. I lost everything. I want you to understand how sick I really was because I want you to realize how far my therapy and hard work has taken me. And I hope that you can reach similar goals that I have. The reason I wanted to speak today was not to sit and cry about how sick we are or what we've lost. Everyone here knows what we've lost. But how many of us really know what we've gained? This is a story of hope, and I really hope that it gives each one of you, patients, family, friends, doctors, hope that this is not what our lives are meant to be forever. It took me a long, long time to change my mindset, but I do believe it's possible. POTS took so much away from me. There's no hiding that. But at the time, I didn't realize how much I was gaining. Real quick, I want to tell you about my background. My story really has 2 beginnings. The first beginning when I was 14 years old. After a series of serious digestive health issues and a diagnosis then of mono and sphincter of body dysfunction, I spent 2 years trying to figure out what was happening, why I just still wasn't recovering. 2 years felt like a lifetime, but now looking back on it, I was pretty lucky to get a diagnosis in 2 years. Finally, in 2008, I got the diagnosis of POTS at Mayo Clinic. I was really more relieved than anything, that there was a reason to the way that I was feeling. I was actually their most impressive tilt table test, meaning my heart rate was so far off the grid that they put me back down just to be safe. As a teenager, that's what you want to hear, right? But after following their exercise program and medications prescribed, I regained control over my health. Sure, I'd have occasional POTS days, where I was dizzy, nauseous, brain fog, etc. But overall, I was doing great. I went to college and participated in all that goes along with the college life. I got a degree in nursing, and after graduation, I even landed my dream job. I was officially a NICU nurse. Well, for 2 months, that is. And then my second beginning, which is what I really want to stress on today. I should have known now, in hindsight, that a 12-hour night shift would probably not be good for a POTS patient. The disruption of sleep, diet, circadian rhythm, and throw in a systemic virus and welcome back POTS times 10. This is my second beginning. Oh, it's just the flu, I'll get over it. Oh, it's just a bad POTS day, weekend, and week. That's what I was thinking. Finally, I gave in to how I was feeling. I was scared to keep asking off work, especially as a new nurse. I was scared that the doctors would tell me that I couldn't work night shift. And I was really scared to give in to what I already knew, that my POTS was back, but this time full force. I couldn't walk. Some days I couldn't sit up without my heart rate reaching 200 beats per minute. I suffered with nausea, fainting, headaches, palpitations, tremors, weight loss, and severe fatigue. I was referred back to Mayo Clinic, but this time in a wheelchair. After several tests, I was sat down and again told, "You're the classic POTS patient." I knew this. I felt defeated. Will this be my life forever? A constant battle with my physical and mental health? I broke down again. I wanted to work. I wanted to be a wife and a mom someday. I wanted to run, go out with my friends, celebrate birthdays and other occasions. I wanted to simply live. And I was being told what I already knew, that my POTS was in the driver's seat and that we weren't headed anywhere that my dreams wanted to take me. I had a pity party. I cried a lot, every single day. actually, for 8 months. My lowest moment when I was so weak, my parents ended up moving my mattress into the family room next to the bathroom in hopes that I could get there by myself. My younger brother was visiting from college and I was mortified. I couldn't make it. I crawled on my hands and knees. Sorry. And then that became too hard. So I tried scooting on my elbows, and then those gave out. I laid face first, and my family room carpet had just cracked. I was done. My body failed me. And then I read something that changed my life. And if you get anything from this speech today, I want you to really, really listen to the second part. Why this is a story of hope. And why I'm up here able to stand and tell my story. And this is the quote. Courage is not always war. Sometimes it's the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. And I did. I kept trying again and again. Yesterday, tomorrow, the day after that, and I'm still trying. I believe half my battle, along with most other patients, is half physical, half mental. And I don't mean what the doctors all told you once, that it's all in your head. I mean that we are so sick, it's really hard, nearly impossible to wake up every day even wanting to try to do anything. But I decided that if my body was going to fail me, I at least would not give up mentally. And this did not happen overnight. It happened over a long, long course. Some days I still battle with it today. But I want to emphasize how important it is. My counselor encouraged me to start a goals journal. I thought this was dumb, funny almost. My goals? I didn't have any anymore. My goals were taken away from me. But she really, really urged me to do it. So what did I have to lose? And this is actually a picture of my goals journal. And the picture on the right is the first day that I made it down the driveway by myself. And that's where I started. As you can see, some days were as little as sitting up in a chair for 5 to 10 minutes. Some days a little more, some a little less. I started realizing I was doing a couple things. I even made it out to dinner once or twice. Granted, that left me in bed the next couple days, but I was getting out and socializing and enjoying my time. I started to do more little things that I thought would help me. My family all sent me their favorite inspirational quote, and I filled my entire bedroom with these. I woke up every day to those. To start your day with a positive attitude is crucial. I had a Jack and Jill bathroom with my older sister's room, in my older sister's room, but when she moved out, we slowly turned that into my pot's therapy dirty room. My parents purchased a bike and rowing machine at garage sales, and I put them in there, and lots of waters and salty snacks. I put a poster board where I would write what I completed every day to keep me accountable. Some days it'd be bike for 5 minutes. Some days I couldn't even get out of bed, so I just do leg exercises in bed. But either way, I was doing something. I had a bulletin board of different exercises to do laying down and what I wanted to complete each week. And this was my favorite part of my little recovery room, my punching bag. I printed off the symptoms that I struggled from the most. Lightheaded, brain fog, headache, fatigue, nausea, anxiety, and as you can see, many more. I placed them on different areas of the bed. Some days I remember just going in there screaming with tears coming down my face, punching it so hard. But you know what? It helped. I needed a healthy way to let out the anger towards this illness, and it did. I slowly started to see progress, and very slowly. I would take 1 step forward, 3 steps back. Some weeks and most weeks. But the important part was to keep going. It's a slow process, but quitting doesn't speed it up. I never stopped. It doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you don't stop. And that, I found, is the key to this illness. We kind of get stuck in this rut that it's like, well, we're sick, we can't ever strive for more, this is my life now, I'll just accept it. I was there. I sat there for a long time. But I always realized that I was meant to do more. You all were meant to do more. We're given one life. That's kind of scary when you think of it. One life. And these are the circumstances that we all were dealt with. That we can't change. But we can change our attitude towards them and know that we're capable of more. I slowly started to regain some control back of my life. First it was little things. staying home for a couple hours when no one was there, then driving 5 minutes down the road and back, going to lunch, walking the dog. Very minuscule things, but at the time, those were my milestones. Not my birthday or my first job or a new apartment. Those things weren't possible at the time. But I grieved my losses and then I focused on my little gains. I learned to draw, play guitar, journal, and got very good at board games. Slowly but surely, my little gains turned into big gains. I drive, although if I'm having a very bad POTS day, I don't. I moved out of my parents' house, and although they are great, this is a very big step. I work, I'm a full-time pediatric nurse, but not in the hospital doing night shift anymore. I do home care where I can sit and make my own schedule. I'm a better nurse because of being the patient so many times. We all learn patience, pain, and determination at such a young age compared to most. We're actually pretty lucky if you look at it. Share it. That's how I figured out how to share money. I regained aspects back from my life I never knew I would get again. I went from not being able to sit up to completing several 5Ks, and I will be walking down the aisle in just 2 months. As all of us know, POTS doesn't just go away. I do still have some bad days. Just the other day, my fiance had to pretty much hold my head up because I was so weak from a long work day. But I found someone that makes it work. He knows he's in charge of breakfast because this POTS used to feel worse in the morning. He knows after I do a long workout, I need to lay down and have salty snacks. And if I hear one more time, Jordan, the shower's too hot, you don't want to feel bad all day. But what I'm stressing is that you do find a new normal. Everyone can do it, no matter how sick you are. You surround yourself with people who understand, or who want to understand, who are patient, optimistic, and unconditional. Not only my efforts got me here. I would not be here without my support of friends and family. Also to my biggest supporter, my mom, happy birthday today. The days that you don't want to get out of bed, do it for them. And lastly, and most importantly, I was inspired by you guys to be up here. I do not do public speaking, as you can see, especially speaking about something so emotional. But you are who gave me the courage to be here. Looking out today, I see so many Jordans. I was you, just last year. And I had someone up here talk to me like I am to you today, and it gave me hope, something us POTSies don't get too often. My hope for you all is that you don't let your illness define you, but that you let your strength and your courage define you. I'm thankful for my struggle because without it, I wouldn't have stumbled across this strength. Owning our story and loving ourselves through it is the bravest thing that we'll ever do. So stay strong because your guys' story is enough.